Hi guys, Harry here, and aren't Doctor Who spin-offs just great? We've had the Sarah Jane Adventures, Torchwood, Doctor Who Extra, Doctor Who Confidential, and even Class, and probably the biggest one is Big Finish, which is audio, and that's not even on TV, and it's probably the biggest contributor to extra Doctor Who media, and I think that is just great. So you can imagine my excitement when it got revealed that we are getting a spin-off podcast. But before we get into that, don't forget to subscribe, also leave a like and comment down below, and let's get into the video. So, the new Doctor Who spin-off is called Doctor Who Redacted, and it is premiering on BBC Sounds on April 17th alongside the Easter special Legend of the Sea Devils. And Doctor Who Redacted is a 10-part series, and I think that is great, as BBC Sounds means obviously it's free. So you need a TV license, internet, and a laptop, computer, something like that. But if you're watching me, this video, then you have all those things. The only one a bit iffy is TV license, but if you watch Doctor Who, you have a TV license because you need that for the BBC. So it's great that it's basically a free spin-off, as that is great, as with Sarah Jane Adventures and Torchwood were all great shows, and it's great that we get another spin-off in the same way that we got that it is free, like Torchwood and Sarah Jane Adventures and Class. So I think it is great that we are getting this spin-off, and I think the main characters we've been introduced to, three girls who are university dropouts, being the main characters, I think are great, as it seems to be an all-female cast, which I was all up for before the Flux. When Graham and Ryan left, I was like, great, it's going to be an all-female cast. The Doctor and Yaz, maybe there'll be like Captain Jack figure, maybe another woman that would join for a few episodes, but we'll get an all-female cast and more time between the Doctor and Yaz. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, but it seems we're getting that in Doctor Who Redacted, which I am all for. The main characters are Chloe Proctor, I hope I am pronouncing that right, played by Charlie Craggs, Abby McPhail, played by Lois Chibnall. I don't know how I pronounce that. Sorry, I butchered that. Shauna Thompson, played by Holly Quinn Arak. Hopefully I pronounced that right, although I might have butchered that as well. Let me know down in the comments below how you pronounce their names. But aside from me not being able to pronounce their names, I think that is great that we are getting an all-female, like, down-to-earth cast, and I think that is great. Alongside these main characters, we will have, obviously, the Doctor being Jodie Whittaker, and I think that is great that she is reprising her role as Doctor Who because she has left, but we still have more of her. But I think it's great that we see Jodie Whittaker, and it being a podcast, obviously she can play the Doctor without having to do the action scenes that she would have to do playing the Doctor in the main show. But alongside the Doctor, we also have Rani Chandra, played by Anjik Mohira. I probably butchered that. Let me know down in the comments below. But I think that is great because Rani is from the Sarah Jane Adventures, and she wanted to be like Sarah Jane, be a journalist. And when she found out that Sarah Jane Smith fights aliens, she was all for it, and she really wanted to help. So it's great to see her back, and maybe she's in more, like, she's become a journalist and she's done what she wanted to do, and she's also saving the world from aliens as well. I think it's just really great to see her back. And next we have Kate Stewart, played by Gemma Redgrave. And Kate Stewart is amazing in all the appearances she's made in Doctor Who. Is great, and maybe this means Unit is coming back, as Unit was disbanded, but hopefully Unit coming back after the Flux, as we saw her there. She hopefully she was able to rebuild Unit, as Unit is great, and so is Kate Stewart, Gemma Redgrave. Alongside, we have another Unit member, Petronella Osgood, played by Ingrid Oliver. And I think that is great that she is returning, and also we still don't know, is she human or Zygon, or are they having both human and Zygon again, or Zygon and Zygon? I think that is great that she is returning, and of course she has things from other Doctors, like a bow tie from the 11th Doctor, a long scarf from the 14th Doctor, and question mark like t-shirt from either the 6th or the 7th Doctor. But I think that is great, as it just, like, she is so mysterious and like cool that it just adds to the mystique of her like returning. Is she gonna return with Unit, or like is she gonna be human or Zygon? It's just so cool to think about. And the last one mentioned is Madame Vastra, played by Neve McIntosh. I think I pronounced that right. And again, Madame Vastra is such a cool character because she's a Silurian that has to live thousands of years, but she is living on Earth in Victorian times, yet she is a famous detective, and it's just like so cool. And maybe we'll even get Strax the Sontaran and Jenny the Human along for the ride as well. And it's just like, how is she going to factor into the plot, like Madame Vastra? Like, is she going to be in the past, or will she live long enough like to be in the present? I wouldn't rule it out, like a Silurian live thousands of years. So maybe she's in the present, or maybe there's another thing like a psychic link or a file in the Blue Box files, which is how Cleo, Abby and Shauna are connected. And she has like handwritten notes, because obviously it was Victorian times, that she put in there. Or maybe a psychic link like she did with Clara in The Name of the Doctor. It's just so cool to see like these badass female characters in this one spin-off podcast. It's just great. So the main characters, Cleo, Abby and Shauna, are 3 university dropouts across the different cities in the UK, connected via the paranormal podcast, The Blue Box Files. And again, I think this is a nice connection to Love and Monsters, which they knew the Doctor turned up whenever they saw the blue box, the TARDIS, and they knew that every time the TARDIS turned up. So maybe these 3 have made that connection as well, and founded the Blue Box Files, or maybe that already existed, and they just come across the Blue Box Files. But I think that is great that they have put that together, because it says ordinary people unknowingly in the Doctor Who universe. And I think that is great that they've put it together, even though they don't know who the Doctor is. They've never met the Doctor, and I know that for certain because I will mention something later about that. But that they can put all this together and like track down the Doctor, and it just shows that some people only meet the Doctor once, and they're lucky to do that. And these girls are tracking her down, and it just shows the bravery and resilience to track down the Doctor. And I know that they haven't ever met the Doctor before, because it says everyone who met the Doctor is being redacted from reality, which is where the name comes from. So obviously they've never met the Doctor before, because they would be redacted from reality. But then, where does Rani, Kate, Osgood and Madame Vastra fit in? Because they all know the Doctor. They've worked with her on many occasions, and they know a lot about them. So are they being redacted? Is the Doctor herself being redacted? Again, so many questions. It just adds to the intrigue so much. And again, they said that aliens and monsters in this podcast will be identifiable to fans and non-fans alike. So maybe we have a new Doctor Who alien and monster which the fans don't know either, to put it on a level playing ground with non-fans, or maybe we'll have Daleks or Cybermen or Sontarans. Probably those are the 3 most known Doctor Who villains as everyone knows what a Dalek is. So maybe the Daleks are being redacted too, or are they the ones that created this to stop the Doctor and all her allies? Now, on their level, maybe the reason why these three get involved, Cleo's brother, Jordan, played by Jacob Hawley, gets redacted, and also her father has disappeared as well, so maybe both of them know the Doctor, or both of them have met the Doctor before, and they get redacted. But that goes to show that even sometimes they don't know they're saved, or they don't know how to explain it to their family, because Cleo hasn't been redacted, even though her brother and probably her father too have met the Doctor and have been redacted. And I think that is so insane that they don't know. That's how brilliant the Doctor is. Like, the Doctor does it not to win, not because it's easy, not because he wants to blame someone, as the 12th Doctor says. He does it because it's nice, because it's kind, because it's decent. And I think that is great that we see this affect other people just on the ground level too. And just by saving them could put them at risk too. But Cleo is also dealing with her own problems as well, as Cleo's mum kicked her out at age 16 for being trans, and I think that is great that we see more trans actresses, actors in just, well, all media, but starting with Doctor Who, obviously, as this is a Doctor Who YouTube channel mostly. So, we get a look at her being a trans character, and the only other one in the TV show Doctor Who has been Bethany Black, who appeared as a Grunt 474 in the episode Sleep No More. And Sleep No More is a fantastic episode. If you want to go and watch it, I highly recommend it. It is a great episode. It is kind of horror vibey though, but again, Doctor Who is a family show, so it is a great episode. I recommend it. Highly watchable. Just, yeah, it is a great episode. And she played Grunt 474. Again, unfortunately, I think she wasn't put to her full potential, as some of the guest characters lacked a bit of oomph to drive their character ahead. And as she played a Grunt, you know what a Grunt is? It's just like someone that does the jobs that no one else will do. And this was a clone Grunt, as referenced by it just being Grunt 474. But again, I think she put in a lot of character even into the Grunt, which is great. And we've had characters, trans characters in other media as well, like audios just mentioned in Doctor Who spin-offs and episodes, and also books and comics. Some just being Calypso Jones, Sally Salter, Vanessa, Eleanor Blake, and Tanya Bell. All of those have been trans characters or trans actresses playing trans characters, or have just been mentioned in Doctor Who as being trans. And I think that is great that we are getting this wide representation. But Abby and Shauna aren't just sitting off to the sidelines either. They have a storyline of a will they, won't they romance, and maybe we are getting this instead of the Doctor and Yaz, which I'm a bit disappointed about, but again, we see the representation, it doesn't really matter, because maybe they're pushing this away from the Doctor and Yaz, since obviously the time with the Doctor and Yaz is limited. We only have 2 episodes with them, and 1 after the Easter special, which is rapidly approaching. So maybe they're pushing this on to Shauna and Abby. Hopefully they're not just pushing them for the sake of it and it doesn't make any sense, but I think Doctor Who has a good grasp on it, and I think they will do a great job. And more to that story, Abby has a controlling boyfriend already, which will obviously lead to probably hopefully some humour, but hopefully some deeply heartfelt moments between Abby and Shauna, and even Cleo as well. The head writer for this is Juno Dawson, who is a big fan of Doctor Who and he's always wanted to add to Doctor Who media, and he says it's an honour to add to the ever-expanding Doctor Who media. And from what I see for this so far, I am super excited for it, and I think he's going to do a great job. And the cast of all female, what it seems to be like, is just amazing. And I can't wait for this show. Remember, it is premiering on BBC Sounds on April 17th, the same day as the Easter special Legend of the Sea Devils, so don't forget to watch that too. And it is a 10-part series, hopefully weekly, so Doctor Who, you don't have to just binge it all in one and then you forget about it and you have nothing to watch. Hopefully it's weekly, and if you want to see me do a breakdown or a reaction of Doctor Who Redacted, let me know down in the comments below, and I will try and get that out for you guys. But I hope you like this video. If you're excited for Doctor Who Redacted, leave a comment down in the comments below. Also, don't forget to like if you like this video, and also subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.